Shalom, shalom. We're about to start in a few minutes. Gotta look up to see. Look this up real quick. So shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, HaKodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of great millstone, who rule well and teach well through the Spirit. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same Spirit. Lord willing as a whole, those that scattered four corners of earth, that you continue in sound doctrine. Shalom to the Akwaf, the sisters of his faith and his truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent, virtuous wife. And Lord willing, Yahweh Bashem Shai has mercy on the other brothers and sisters not of faith. The title of this lesson is "The Elect Must Stay Locked In," because the because the times are evil. This was, I was, man, didn't know if I was going to, do it live, but came across a brother titling the lesson on, "If this is not the time to lock in." I'm like, damn. It made so much sense. It hit me. Yeah, you foolish. I'm gonna put you in timeout. You guys to go. Foolish. So again, stay locked in. This is a message to the elect. The elect is the best of his kind or the best of his class. Ekletos. And in these last final days, distractions increase, wickedness increase, and the pressure on the elect is heavier. But this walk is not about feelings. It's about commitment, endurance, and staying locked in until the end. The elect are called to a different mindset, firm, focused, and unmovable, not drifting, not wavering, locked in on Yahweh Shai, the mission, and the promise. That's why, of course, we should be dabbling in reading chapters. It doesn't matter if it's Revelation, if it's Maccabees, if it's Psalms, if it's Proverbs, if it's 1st, 2nd Samuel, Kings. You should always find yourself give attendance to reading, exhortations, and doctrine. So let's hop right into it. Lord willing, this is edifying to those that are striving, for those that are serious about being in the elect, because your actions should move you, to believing more. How you hold yourself on this side, right? This Ephesians, my page is sliding out. The 15th, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15, it says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahweh Shem Shai is." So you want to walk. You want to walk not as fools do. You want to be circumspectly or circumspect, cautious, alert, aware, watchful. Okay? The elect don't coast through this life. They watch, they guard, they pay attention. Evil times require a focused mind, right? Where they, some people say I'm on edge, right? You're focused on the task at hand. Okay, we understand Sirach Ecclesiasticus 2:1. Those that come to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai, prepare your soul, prepare your heart, your mind for temptation. Because the more you grow in the Lord, the more you are a target. This is 2nd Esdras 14, verse 14. Let go from thee. Let me see. Let me start at 13. It says, "Now therefore set thy house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption." Right? We're supposed to reprove the elect, approve the men, the women, and the children. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. Right? Put off the weak nature. This is why even more we want to mortify the things of the flesh, the weak nature. The old thoughts that we have. Oh, women might use their emotions and feelings, but not use it in a power sense of what they should be using it for, right? The enemy knows that you believe, so it's going to target you. This is why when we say you arm yourself with the armor of the Lord, it's not just word. You read it because it's the word, but you apply it because it is an action, okay? Stay locked in means removing weakness, emotions, fears, not fears of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, but fear of man, right? I'm always trying to have the mindset, what if somebody bring a gun? What if somebody trying to shoot my brother? And the fear that I have of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, I'd be willing to step in the way, right? Doubts, laziness, anything that pulls you off the path, right? That's you not staying locked in. Anything that pulls you off the path, anything that is able to pull you, or any device, anything that you focusing on that will make you comfortable, can pull you from staying locked in. Locked into the doctrine, locked into the faith, locked into your role, locked into your lot. I don't want to try to over exceed the men that been before me, which the Lord allowed me to see examples of men trying to make their own place, making it seem like, they know more than men that been in this thing before them. Humble yourself on this side. Sometimes you have to rebuke yourself, okay? So lock in on Yahushai, which is the only way we can endure. Let's get Hebrews, the 12th chapter. Some classic precepts is definitely going to come out. Hebrews 12, verse 1. It says, "Therefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight," right? Lay down every weight. Put it aside. Anything that you're struggling with. And how we put it aside, confessing it to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. "And the sin which doeth easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us." Right? That race is to run towards the prize, or run towards the mark, which is Yahushai. "Looking unto Yahushai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High." Right? Yahushai endured the cross. He overcame the world. Can you overcome the world? Shalom to the brother Tazawam, man. Shalom, Yahweh Shai Brakatah. Right? Yahweh Shai endured the cross. He overcame the world, right? Let me actually get Revelations 2 and 25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come. So hold fast to the doctrine. Hold fast to the understanding till Yahweh Shai return, right? Don't let off, right? Don't, oh man, I'm coming. You're like when you eat so much. The men, y'all know what I'm talking about. You eat so much, you pop your button on your pants and it feel like you can breathe again, right? Don't get comfortable. Don't let off. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. This is a desire. Brothers said, brother, men, women, whoever is thinking about it, they going off if you only desiring the destruction of your enemies, but not desiring to get right in the Lord. What? If a brother come out and said, man, I really desire to destroy, to rule over the nations. And that was just him just saying, I desire it. Who's to say in his mind for me to say that that brother is not thinking about Yahweh Shai? He laid himself down on the cross. He not thinking about the things that he learned, right? Brothers is going to have a desire, or they're going to have thoughts of terror on the nations, right? Anything that's going to keep you motivated in the sound doctrine until Yahweh Shai come, keep doing that in your mind so you can keep your eyes single. Verse 27. And he shall rule them with the rod of iron, as the vessel of the potter shall they be broken into shivers, even as I have received of my Father. Right? So just what Yahweh shall receive, you that overcome the world, you shall receive. So if your eyes stay on Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, your spirit stays steady. It stays alert. If your eyes drift to the world, your spirit is weakened. This is why you want to be entwined with the Spirit. Why? Because now we get to understand in Romans, the 8th chapter, that your spirit makes intercession to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua on your behalf. And sometimes your mind can be somewhere else when you're praying, and then you probably forgot something, and the Spirit knows. It knows what you need, right? Scarf for alert. Nah, it's okay, bro. Guess what? I made you a mod, man. Don't worry. You a mod. You do your thing, brother. This is Romans, the 8th chapter, in verse 26. It says, likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we shall pray for as we ought, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings, which cannot be uttered. Right? So the Spirit is giving us, is making intercession for us, man. Israelite. Wait, you spelling it wrong. I'm about to read this real quick in the NLT if this doesn't die. So let's get it. Romans 8. Romans chapter 8, verse 26. In the NLT, it says, the Rakak Wadash helps us in our weakness. For example, we don't know what the Most High wants us to pray for, but the Rakak Wadash pray for us with groanings that cannot be expressed in words, right? You have to understand that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? He knows what's best for you. So the Spirit, if you are a true believer, the Spirit that you have in you is of Yahweh Shai, and it knows what you want. It knows what you desire. Now, I'm just using this as a reference. When we look at Stranger Things, when the one dude Will was possessed by that damn spirit, or I forgot what the hell they call it. It knew whatever he was telling them, what was in him knew what he was saying. So then he'll deteriorate and make him weak within the inside. So I'm using this as a reference, just the same as the left-hand side. The left-hand side knows your weakness. So if you got a problem with big booty lust, right? And say if you scrolling and all you see is Big Judy, that girl can have a whole husband, and Regardless, you might not know. It might not just be the video. Maybe she don't got a husband. You're like, man, I'll definitely talk to her. And that draws you to go watching a whole nother man butt naked laying with another woman. That left-hand spirit within you is drawing you to trip and fall. Okay? A lot of us trip and fall in many occasions. But the same with the left-hand side, the right-hand side, that spirit that's within you, when you crying on the Lord, sometimes you might not even be praying. You might just be moving in your day, and the spirit could be calling on Yahweh Shema Shai for certain things that you might need. Right? You're like, man, dang, man, I really needed that. But guess what? The spirit on your behalf was making intercession to Yahweh Shema Shai for you. Okay? So let's get St. John the 15th chapter. Lord willing, that made sense. I hope that made sense. St. John the 15th chapter, in verse 4, it said, abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. So stay locked in means to abide, means to remain. You want to remain in Yahweh Shai. Remain in the doctrine. Remain humble. Remain sincere. Right? Remain lowly. Stay attached to the vine, which is to be attached to Yahweh Shai. No interruptions, no spiritual breaks. And of course, this is why when we pray, we try to call in Yahweh Shema Shai, which the left-hand side, the left and the right, they fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So be sure when you're praying to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The brother put James 1 and 12, chapter 1, verse 12 and 13. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which Yahweh Shema Shai have promised to them that love him. Right? And that's amazing when we endure temptation, when you overcome it. It's not like, oh, my job is done. But for you to overcome that temptation, that is a reliever. Then you want to think, man, if I could do this, I could probably stop this, right? Verse 13, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither temper he any man. The Lord knows your heart. Just like when we go to 1 Kings 22, the Lord knew the heart of Ahab. He knew Ahab was going to go to that war. He knew what Ahab allowed Jezebel to do. It didn't correct her, didn't shake the hand to her. The Lord fed what was in his heart. Jeremiah 17 and 10. I search the hearts, I try to reign, I give every man according to his ways. So he was given the portion of what was in his heart. Just like Saul. He was given that portion because the Lord knows everything. He knew that Saul was going to eventually keep Agag and allow some of his people to keep the sheep. So the Lord questioned, why did you do this? Through Samuel, I gave you a command. That was the example of understanding the Lord prefer obedience than sacrifice. Okay? The brother put Proverbs 16:32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. And to rule your spirit is you having discipline, you having control. Just because brothers can be disciplined doesn't mean that they better than the next. We're all trying to be better than ourselves. We're all trying to make ourselves, those that are the elect, because this is what this lesson is for. They're trying to make themselves worthy in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I can't be better than another brother next to me. That is my brother. But I can be better in my lot. I can be better in my position. I can be better with my talent. Right? The Lord didn't make me that brother. He made me me. Right? So you're trying to perfect yourself first by the Spirit. Right? Discipline. So again, to stay locked in means to abide, which we read in St. John 15 and 4. Abide means to remain. Okay? I always use this reference. Yahweh is the socket. Yahweh Shai is the plug. In order for your device, your cell phone, let me just use this as an analogy. In order for my cell phone, even though the end of the charger is not connected, now say the other part is connected. In order for me to be connected to Yahweh Shema Shai, I have to be, of course it has to be a plug, and the plug has to go in the socket. Now, because this is not in a socket, it's not on. I mean, it, of course it's on. But as the example, without you being connected to the source, which is the socket, and without the plug, you have no power. But with the plug in the source, which is the socket, you have power. Okay? This is where we're able to stand boldly in front of those that have afflicted us. Okay? Oh, Khan. See? Two spirits think alike, man. We twins. Okay? The elect stay locked in because they know the end is near, right? You know that feeling? You're like, man, I'm telling you, the Lord gonna be here soon, man. I'm telling you, right? And what do? Through the spirit, you try to elevate. Not elevate like, oh, I'm better than you. I'm always in competition with myself. I'm trying to be the better version of myself. That's the biggest battle. Then you have the other opponents on the other side, on the left-hand side, that wants to steer you left. So this Revelations 11:3, this is the classic. It says, in that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Right? The darkness is the things of the world. Right? Things that was taking you out of that light. Right? Some women or men, they might stem away because of anger. Some of us brothers got an anger problem we still working on. Some brothers, some sisters, the littlest thing, they get emotional, and of course they get angry. Or some women start to be like men, argumentative, aggressive, want to put hands on you, right? So some women might be what is it called? Demanding, right? And speaking to a man less than what he is. But let alone us as men, as an example, you have to lead as a man. You have to believe like a man. You have to stand like a man. But everything on this side is supposed to humble us. The light of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is that covering for the elect. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that spiritual garment that makes us shine. You know, you might like you be like, man, I look rough today. And somebody be like, man, you glowing. You're like, man, what the heck I'm talking about? Sometimes the Lord be having the inner you shine on other folks. Okay? And this is what the left-hand side don't want. Okay? The brother put Malachi 3:16, then they that feared Yahweh spake often one to another, and Yahweh hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared Yahweh, and that thought and that thought upon his name. Right? And that's why this book is here, for those that would eventually think upon his name. Come on, now the brother's speaking. He's speaking, so we got to go to Baruch just because he said that. They're thinking upon his name. This is another reason when you praying, you might, I mean, of course, not every time we going to say it because you got other things you praying for, but you're going to have that time where you can be praying to the Lord, the water for bringing down the Rakak Wadash, the water for allowing the men of the Lord to stand up boldly for the time that the truth started to get to where we at now, that you allow me to be drawn. You allow me to be attracted to this truth. Please allow me to stay locked in. Stay locked in. Okay? This is Baruch chapter 2 and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am Yahweh Shema Shai, their power. For I will give them a heart, a mind, and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. How can we praise the power if we don't know his name? All praises, you don't know his name? We have confidence by faith we know his name. By you studying, by you investigating the scriptures, by you sharpening your sword with other men, while watching men that have experience in this truth to show you the ins and outs, show you the how to search the Greek and the Paleo Hebrew. You're like, oh snap, man, if he can do that, let me do it. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Oh, that is his name, Yahweh Shai. Now you got that name, you constantly using it. Your foot, you be like, oh man, the water Yahweh Shema Shai. You get a thorn, you start thinking of Paul, man, hey, maybe this is my thorn. Yo, your check is like, yeah, you could pay some bills, you might have only $50 in your pocket, you like, the water Yahweh Shema Shai. In the world, I'd be stressing because I had to get some weed, I had to get some clothes, I wanted to look fresh. But if the check is weak, it's like, damn, now it's like, guess what? It's beneficial that you got bread, I got a few bucks, because guess what? I'm gonna go back to work and get this same bread again, or even more. As long as my children, my household is able to eat, they got clothes, they got heat, and my car, I'm able to go here and there. Guess what? I got the things that I need, right, to continue this afloat and continue until that time the Lord removes it, right? That helps me stay locked in. If I get more, what if I drift away? So the little that we have, hey, maybe the Lord allow you to have little because he knew, like, you know what? Even if you got this little, guess what? I'm going to make you have a non-desire for this anymore. I'm going to remove you from that. I feel like I'm growing into an old man. I'm still a young man. My mind is still my mind. But certain things just brush on, it is what it is. Okay? The brother put Sirach Ecclesiasticus 17, 9, and 10. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding. This is how we do his will. This is how we declare his works. Through the understanding, the oil, right? That oil, okay? Sirach 17 and 10, and the elect shall praise his holy name. Everything that you start to gain and realize what the Lord have done, now you praising his, man, he's righteous. His judgments is true and faithful. What he did, the situation he put us in, that he was right for that. He was right for what he did. But now that we got this truth, he allowed me in this, man, I don't even deserve it. Then you turn around, you looking at the time, you look at your phone, you might look at the oven, you might try to make something in the peripheral of your eyes, you see 144. You know what I'm saying? You say something and you going on, you looking at your phone, you get a notification on YouTube, and you saying you got to stay locked in, and you click the notification, and a brother said, hey, this is the time to stay locked in. You like, yo, I was just saying to myself, lock in, and this brother just made a video on, hey, right now is the time to lock in. Guess what? That's the spirit, man. You got to believe the Lord be giving us little gems through the spirit. We might not be like Paul, where, hey, why do you persecute me? And the Lord speaking to you, but he might speak to you through somebody else, through a lesson, right? Your wife might text and be like, man, babe, we gotta stay locked in. You like, yo, that's crazy. You just said it. I'm about to get ready to do a lesson, and I'm about to do a lesson on stay locked in. That should give you a faith booster, like, yo, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai spoke to you to say that to me, to know confirmation. Do this lesson. Don't sidestep it. Do the lesson. Okay? Psalm 68:19, it says, blessed be Yahweh Shemar Shai, who daily loaded us with benefits, even the Most High of our salvation. Salah. Yo, what they say, a loaded pepper, you know, when you load it with cheese and all that other stuff, that's a loaded pepper. The Lord had loaded your temple with what? That eager desire for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Why, before you come in this truth, you were eagerly looking for wisdom, knowledge, understanding. You was looking at Illuminati. You was looking at NASA. You was probably watching Bigfoot. You was just thinking about mad stuff in your mind that, like, damn, it got to be more than this. You was thinking about supernatural. Can humans have powers? All these other things. But guess what? It was the Lord loading. He was what was he doing? He was loading you with those spiritual benefits you just didn't know. Revelations 2 and 20. No, 3 and 20. Yahweh Shai had to knock at the door. He had to sup with you. You either came across that video, you either walk across the prophets, and now Yahweh Shai supping with you because you're like, I understand. I know his name. The Lord loaded you up with benefits. Come on, man. The brother said, the beloved brother Yerumya in Cali was just going into the same topic that you were talking about earlier. That's the spirit. See? You're right. And that's what gives you comfort. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did a lesson on 1 Samuel 15 because of this girl. I uploaded on TikTok, and Yerumya, he messaged me and said, yo, bro, that's crazy. He said, I was just doing a lesson of like this all week. I was going into the book of Samuel about Saul, such and such and such, and I just went over this. I said, yo, bro, This is why I know the Lord got me connected with you. Don't think, if for any brother or sister, those are little connections the Lord allow you to have on the side to stay locked in. You might meet a brother that got the same fire spirit as you, maybe the same delivery, right? He might have certain mannerisms that make you think of you, right? When y'all talk to each other, hey, yo, brother, you good? Yo, brother, you about to do a lesson? He might hit you up. You might hit him up, right? The Lord set up those connections to keep you locked in. You scroll, you hit on TikTok, you see this brother doing a video. Through the spirit, you just did a video, but because of that brother's spirit is kind of intertwined with you, you like, dang, now I gotta do another lesson. You know, the Lord set up people around you to keep you locked in. Only the elect is seeing things in a spiritual level like that. You know, like look at this. I'm on YouTube earlier. Before I did 2 videos. I got one video that has to upload right after this. Now, Amawan Gabar. Let me see. Amawan Gabar. When I was at work, it's this video of this 19-year-old girl. This dude, he got a podcast, and he said, "Hey, he was asking her questions about, hey, if you're a man, this and this and that." She's 19. She said, "Look, I know I was raised to be a wife and not like none of the like this and this and this and that." She's not caring about age. You know, if a man is willing to lead, she's willing to be with him. And she said, the brother was like, if he say, "Yo, we moving here," is you moving? She said, "Look, he leads, I follow. Wherever he go, I go. Whatever he believe in, I want to be taught. I want to understand it so that we can be this in the same fruition." I'm watching this at work. I'm like, yo, you know what? I might have to do a lesson on that. But let me hold on to it. Let me not, do a lesson on it. And I just put it aside. The brother was just going on this last week. You might think of doing a lesson. You didn't, go look up priest and you're like, man, this would be a good lesson. And you didn't do it. The Lord would give it to somebody else and they'll do a lesson. I'm like, I wasn't even thinking of that. I'm like, yo, this girl she on fire. This is Amawan Gabar. The brother did the lesson on the video I was watching at work. What is that? At 6 o'clock in the morning at work. I was at work at 6 o'clock in the morning watching this video of her. It's really 1 minute long. This man, so if that's 11 hours, he did it probably during like in the afternoon. I was doing other lessons. And this brother did a lesson on it. And I pushed this aside. He's the only brother I see that did a video on this, and I just watched it. Soon as I just seen it, I'm like, wow, that is the spirit, man. So I put that in the chamber to watch later. And I'm like, man, I might have to do a lesson on it because I really put it aside. And the Lord said, hey, it's okay. If you don't bring it out, I'm going to have somebody else bring it out. A 19-year-old woman, she is, I didn't get to hear her say if she was a virgin, though. But the way that she was talking, she was speaking better than any woman, right? A woman that's in this truth, a woman out this truth. Of course, she's not in the understanding of the truth, but the way that she was speaking, and being willing, open-minded, ready to be taught and to be guided, this is a video that most women should listen to. So look how the spirit worked, just like what the brother said. That let me know that the Lord was trying to probably get me to do a lesson to motivate women that's coming in this truth and women that is in this truth to know like, yo, it's some other women out here that's willing to play their role, and them women through the spirit, if when Yahweh Shai comes, she might be humble and call on Yahweh by Shema Shai, and she might be with a man of the Lord that might have a wife and might have another one or whatever, and she's going to get in line. In the kingdom, the mindset she was speaking, a lot of women are going to be like that when Jacob trouble come and when the kingdom, but even better. So just like the brother said, man, it be the Lord be talking, man. The Yahweh by Shema Shai be talking right in your face. You gotta have the spiritual discernment to know, yo, I think the Lord talking to me right now. I think the Lord talking to me right now. Okay? So let's continue. The brother said, I watched it earlier today too. Okay. The brother put Isaiah 4:1. That's the classic. When you read Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, which happened before Babylon sieged Jerusalem, right? A lot of these women were high-minded, independent. Oh, look at me. I'm married to one of the highest priests, man. Nobody can tell me what I want. Well, tell me what to do. Look at me wearing the golds and the jewels. Then eventually they had baldness, speaking about the southern kingdom. But then you hop to the next chapter, Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one band, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. And if you have understanding, this happened in history again, just like I broke down for the 3rd chapter before Babylon siege. When Babylon siege, a lot of women had this mindset, cleaving to men of the Lord, men of faith, not just only trying to cleave to prophets, but men, like it's men in this truth that's not teaching. It's women that's going to cleave to those men too, because they are men of the Lord still, you know? So in this side, it's going to be women through the Spirit that's going to draw them to be to the men of the Lord. It doesn't matter if that woman has faith or she don't have faith, or she come in this thing and she see miracles, because there's going to be some harlots and some publicans that's going to make it before some that's claiming this truth, you know? So this is why right now, those that's able to hear this truth with no gimmicks and walk this, stay locked in. Hold on to what you have, right? Hold on to what you have, right? Because you don't want to be another fallout. So every prophecy in motion is a reminder. This is not the time to drift. This is not the time to, this is the time to tighten your armor. Now, I don't know if y'all know, but I know you can get an example. But if you watch certain war movies, before they go to war and they put on a war garment, they tie it tight. Because if it's too loose and you moving and running, that armor moves and somebody stab you right in your gut, you done. So this is time to tighten up. Ephesians 6, put the armor of the Lord on. Through the Spirit, you have to tighten it up. The brother put Isaiah 13:12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedges of Ophir. Right? This is the men that's part of the 144,000 and the men that's part of the, you know, the 1/3 or the great multitude at the end. Those are men that still are going to be looked at like, wow, they finished their course. Those are going to be men that are going to be precious at that time. Lord willing, we are of that number, man. You know, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Kakadash. Lord willing, we are, right? So let's go to Matthew, the 24th chapter. Okay, Matthew 24. Let's go to verse 13. I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. We're in that time of false teachers rising and deceiving many. But just because you see it now, when by the time Yahweh Shai get here, it's going to be worse. Because he's going to say, when he returns, there's going to be faith in the earth. Like, if I can put the elect in this category like this, the 144,000, the 1/3 or the elect, which is millions, it's like this. The faith is gonna be very small, right? But when you know the many that be destroyed is very wide. Okay? It says, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So you enduring is you staying locked in. Whatever speed bump. You know, I know brothers losing their job. I know brothers either moving, brothers got to go to different cities. They job keeping getting laid off. This and that. I know brothers still performing the work. Brothers got health problems. Brothers is still recording. You would never know. They all passionate. Oh, the Lord, da 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 da. Boom, 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 bing, 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 bing. Then he in that. Then he doing another. And guess what? He going through hell off that camera, right, baby? The drama with the mother, right? Child support, right? His check is bullshit. Right, car just messed up. Maybe a flood in the city. Maybe a tornado, and still doing a lesson. That's somebody. That's staying fast and unmovable. That's somebody that's the fuck locked in. They locked in and threw away the key. Okay, so endurance is staying locked in, not for a season, not when it feels good, all the way to the end. I want to see this thing. I want to see all of this unravel. I want to see it all. But I can't just do it by just saying the word. I have to live it. I have to be sure. You got to be sure about it. Okay? Now let's go to 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy, the 4th chapter, verse 16. It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that fear thee. And them that hear thee. So first to you men that's actually teaching, right? Everything you do with a lesson is to help you benefit so that you can be saved and those that's listening. Now, the first sheep that I'm always saying for men that's in this thing is those that's your intermediate people around you. Like maybe brothers you labor with, maybe children, maybe your wife or your wives, right? Those that's listening now, every lesson, every act that's under Yahweh Hashem Al Shai is to give yourself and them a chance to be saved. But this is a diligent thing. This is a daily thing, right? That's why it says, take heed unto thyself, unto the doctrine. This doctrine is the key. This is the key to make us different. This is the key for men and women to actually get, I want the kingdom. So stay listening. Keep, like in school, you look at your children in attendance, they be like, he got perfect attendance, didn't miss not one day. I don't call off for work. Even when I be having sick time, sometimes I still don't use my sick time. I just wait for my vacation. My job, I think after 60 days or 3 weeks, 2 weeks, they give you an extra 50. I've been getting an extra 50 in my check for the past few months since I've been working because I'm not calling off. I'm not late. Okay? So you want perfect attendance in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Think about it. You want perfect attendance. Michael Jackson said, I'll be there. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai always been there, right? If the brother can get it, the one precept where it says, wisdom will be with you. Wisdom will be with you. I'm kind of wording it wrong, but wisdom will be with you in cricket moments until it trusts you. If the brother can't get it, I definitely get it, right? Wisdom is laboring with you or dwelling with you while you are in cricket moments, and it's still dwelling in you until it fully trusts you. This is why you can only tell when you're growing. It's not that, I'm the man, homie. No, the reason why you're growing is because the spirit of truth, the spirit of wisdom is like, I trust him. I trust him. Yahweh trusts you. That's why he's allowing you to grow. And you trust in the Lord. Wisdom of Solomon 3:9. Those that put their trust in the Lord shall understand the truth. You're growing because wisdom is like, I can trust him with my secrets. I can trust him with the breakdowns. I can trust him with the parables because he's going to stay locked in. Okay? But if the brother can get it, if not, we can keep it moving. So the elect stay locked in by guarding the doctrine, not chasing new doctrine. There's no need to. Okay? Not watering the truth down. I need a shot. Hey, look, we got to dilute it. No, give me it raw. Then they give it to you like, hey, this is a raw shot. And you taste it, you like, man, this shit diluted. The elect is going to know that the truth is being diluted, it's being watered down because it's raw and direct. Sometimes it make you feel uncomfortable. Okay? It says not mixing it with worldliness. So you can't mix this truth with worldliness. I didn't get to see the precept, and I don't know if it was the incorrect one, but I know it dwells with you in crooked ways, but it dwells with you until it trusts you. Right? But let's get 2 Thessalonians. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 15. I'll start at 13. It says, but we are bound to give thanks always to the Most High for you, brethren beloved of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because the Most High have from the beginning chosen you to salvation, right? You were chosen before the womb to get salvation, The election have obtained it. When you look at the word election, it's eklege in the Greek, and it means what? Divine selection in the Strong's definition. You have been chosen from the divine power. Whoo. Through sanctification of the spirit and belief of the truth, whereunto he called you by our gospel to the obtaining of the glory of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Therefore, brethren, stand fast and hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistles. Okay, stand fast and hold. You got to hold on what is good. Let me see. Okay, I'll find it. Because I think I'm gonna need it. So the elect do not drift from the foundation. Okay, because the foundation is built on a solid foundation, which is Yahweh Shai. So let me get this precept real quick, and then I'm gonna read the brothers Isaiah the 45th chapter, verse 3. Crooked ways until it trusts you. So Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 17. For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. Why do you think brothers is applying the words in their life? Right? Because wisdom found you trustworthy. Like, oh man, I could trust this brother. Come on, man. Plain and simple. The brother put Isaiah 45, verse 3, and I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, Yahweh, which called thee by name, am the Most High of Israel. Right? The Lord called you by name by saying, Israelite. Right? By Yasharella. Right? You hearing brothers speak about Yasharella, speak about African American. You like, hold on, I'm an African American. Because back then, the name was the nation. The name was the tribe. Not like individually, the Lord is calling Matthew and calling them, come follow me. Right? But now, how is he calling us? He's bringing us back to remembrance of who we are by being edified and understanding on what happened and how we got to where we at. And guess what? Your spirit is bearing witness like, yo, this is the truth. I fit that. So the brother put Sirach chapter 2, verse 10. Look at the generations of old. This is why it's important to read the history. Read the first 5 books. Read from Joshua to 2nd Chronicles. Read Job, right? Read the prophets account, right? Those is history. Read the Maccabees. Go read Ezra and Nehemiah, and then read 1st and 2nd Ezra, which is a continuation of Ezra's book. Sirach 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise? Daniel, he wasn't forsaken. 2 times, if we would say, Daniel, the Lord sent Habakkuk, who was making food, about to go eat it and do his thing. He said, man, go take that food and bring it to Daniel in Babylon. The Lord took him by the hair, which is the chariot, and brought him to Daniel. And he fed Daniel. Azariah and Hananiah, our Lord is going to save us. And if he don't, we still not going to bow down. Daniel, the 3rd chapter, the prayer of Azariah in the Apocrypha. And what? Yahushua came and did Superman and blew the fire out. Come on, man. We seen Gideon. You seen Elijah. Let's see what God answered by fire. Right? Moses, he was bringing down the plagues by the power of Yahweh. We gonna naturally be able to do that. We're not gonna need a stick. Okay? Yahweh Shai disappearing. We not gonna need a stick. Come on, man. That just got me excited. Let's go to Revelations 11 just because of that point in verse 5. And it says, if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth. This is speaking about the two witnesses from verse 1 to verse 3. The two witnesses is synonymous with Judah and Ephraim. Just really speaking about the southern and northern kingdom is Israelites out of the whole 12. But through scriptures, going back to Ezekiel 37, during that time and all the way in Rome, we were known by a divided kingdom. Okay? So the two, if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth. Hey, that goes just like Jeremiah 20 and 9. I will not prophesy in his name no more. And the Lord put that fire spirit in them. Psalms 104 verse 4. The angels is a spirit and his ministers a flame of fire. Okay? Teaching his word. That's that fire that's coming out in front of our enemies right now. Right? We're revealing who the hell they is. They're not, they getting shook in their boots. You can't fully develop and see it. But you know, because now this truth is coming out and look how things is moving quickly. Okay? And devoured their enemies, and if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy. Who did that? Elijah. He made it not rain, then he made it rain. Okay? It says, and he have power over waters to turn it into blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. Now, these speak about prophets, but synonymous with Elijah and Moses. Moses, he turned water to blood, but it just said to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. In a minute, the men of the Lord are going to have superpowers where it's going to be a natural thing. Keep playing if you want to, man. You got to believe. Yahweh said we're going to do greater things than him. The apostles was casting spirits, healing people, they shadow. But guess what? That statement was in a double, I would say a double tundra, because they did do spiritual powers, but the greater works is going to happen on this time. This, you talking about Jake that came from a dead estate and now they get this breath of life. Brothers is going to be doing phenomenal things on this side. But guess what? It's going to happen in a time where the Lord is going to raise up the standard. Right? The standard is the elect men. Right? Salaki, I got to get this now. See that brother, that brother dropped that precept, and now, we over where we at. This Isaiah 59. I hope this is the one. Is it 19? Okay. This Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall stand like a flood, just like what they did in Rome to Israel, came like a flood, which is that, that martial law, right? That intercession, insurrection, Salaki. The spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. So when we click this, so when you go to shall lift up a standard, I think it's noose. Strong's H 5127. Noose. The biblical usage for standard: to flee, to escape, to take flight, depart, disappear, to be put to flight, cause to disappear. Strong's definition: vanish away, flee away, put to flight, hide. What did Yahushua do when the Pharisees? He vanished, mixed in with a crowd. Yahushua looked at how he looked, but when he got in the crowd, and then people moved around, he was gone. He vanished. He changed his image. He just took flight. Then, when Yahushua rose and he came and appeared unto Thomas, the door was closed. It was locked, and he just appeared in the room and said, greetings. Basically, he greeted himself to him. Right? The men of the Lord is going to be able to do things. Job 1 and 9, what happened? The Satan said, hey, You put a wall of protection over them. In the NLT, a wall of protection is like a shield. You know, it's like a border where you can't even cross. It's like you trying to tempt them, like the Satan trying to tempt them, but it's not gonna work. So what did the Lord do? He lifted that wall of protection, so it was easy for him to afflict his children and all the things that he had. Then Job didn't curse the Lord. Then the second chapter, he cursed his body. He said, "Hey, if you lift up that veil, hey, he gonna curse you if we do something physical to him." And he still didn't, because the Lord lifted up that veil. The men of the Lord is going to call on the Lord for multiple things. The men of the Lord imagination, especially in the day of Jacob's trouble, famine, like, it's going to be, man, it's going to be crazy. And what happened in the book of Acts? People started to even believe even more off of miracles. Yes, you might be around the men of the Lord and he's teaching the word, but you're going to start coming in his faith because of the miracles they did. That's going to happen on this side. Somebody, you walk past somebody and you like, hey, you healed in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai, or you just touch them and you saying Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai in your head and you walk away and they're like, yo, my ankle, yo. And it's going to be a natural thing. Yo, that's a man of the Lord. They ain't going to be thinking no witch. Especially in your own city, if they were seeing you, they're like, man, you was that dude on the corner. Yo, your God is real. If it's a woman, you going to be a celebrity. Yo, I want to follow you. Please, please, please let me follow you. Because now it's about to get back to Isaiah 3 and Isaiah 4, where a woman is going to have a desire to be under a man, especially a man of the Lord. That's why you should stay locked in. His name is really Yahweh Shai, but you can continue on. His name, yep. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. You handled that right there. Okay. The brother got that. He doing his thing. Let me see how many more we got. Okay, we got two more precepts. Two more precepts and then we'll close. Let's get this one. I like it in the Amplified because it hit a little, it hit crispy, but let's just stay where we at in the KJV. So this is 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, in verse 58. It says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye stand fast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in Yahweh Shem Al Shai. Has anybody seen Jumanji? You remember when they was playing the game the first time and they couldn't move the piece until it was their turn? That's how you have to be. You have to be unmovable, where somebody is trying to teach you and it's not phasing you. Right? Where it's not phasing you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be unmovable. Stand fast. And brothers, understand that you should be abounding in the work of the Lord. You women, you should be abounding in the faith of the Lord. Stay playing your role as a wife and get more submissive, right? Be more obedient. Fully do your lot by moving to his desire. If he want this, if I want to add this, I want to do that. Hey, if it's fit and you can put hands on, right, and you can add to the volume or whatever's coming in as money or whatever, you apply it. Make it easier labor on himself. Make yourself occupied so you're not comfortable and just sitting on your ass all day and allowing your mind to go somewhere. You know? Because literally you women have to know that if you in this truth and you under a man that's fully being dedicated and persuaded by Yahweh Shem Al Shai, you're married to a man of the Lord. So you got to look at him like Michael Jackson, like Prince, right? And you got to know, while I'm speaking about them, you know how all of them was. They can get anything they want, regardless of money. They can speak to whoever they want. They wave a hand, somebody pass out. You got to look at these men as a valued possession on the earth. And guess what? You can't be tutorial. You are a woman. You are his possession. He is not yours. So women, you have to grow your faith like Mary. Learn under the feet of men. Continue to learn under the feet of men. Grow in faith. Know your role as a wife. Know your role as a sister. And grow in faith. And build young daughters up. Build single sisters. This is why it's no sisterhood. Because again, going back to this thing, you will have jealousy. You know? So at the end of the day, make sure you're building yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. I got to be better than you. I got to be better than you. Be better than yourself, right? Constantly absorb Susanna, Esther. Look at even Ruth. Actions that she did, not that she's a heathen, she could be saved. Look at the attributes, how she moved. Look at Sarai. Look at Rachel. Look at Leah and Rebecca. Look at the righteous examples they give. Look at Mary, who was with Joseph. You don't see no bad remark of her. Look at how Mary Magdalene stopped doing what she did and just started to follow the Lord. Be like that, letting go, mortifying the things that you did learn, how you used to move. Put that shit down and fully be persuaded and dedicated to this, because this is where life is at. The same with you brothers, okay? It's okay to be a loser. It's okay to be bored. It's okay to live a simple life. It's okay. Because right now, if you too attached, look at all them people that got butthurt because of food stamps for just a little moment. Imagine when it's serious. Imagine when certain jobs you can't get a job and you just living in your house. Imagine when the MOTB come. Your true colors is gonna show if you're not mortifying the things of the flesh. Okay? Let me get this and I'm gonna read the brother's precept. What is it? Matthew 13. It's Matthew 13 in verse 20. It says, but he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. Yet have he not root in himself, but endureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the cares of this world and the deceitful riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. Everybody worried about the world, worried about the trend. Fuck it. Yahweh Shema Shai didn't create you in this thing to be of the world. He created you to be set apart from the world. I'm sorry, I'm gonna read your precept, bro. Man, it's just sliding off the tongue. This is St. John 17, verse 14. I have given them thy word, and the world have hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. A lot of y'all, even after this lesson or whatever you can, really evaluate everything you have done coming in this truth. If you're not in this truth, evaluate yourself. Are you of the world? Because if you was of the world, you would be saying this daily. The Lord need to come. I hate this place. Because when you look at Acts 1 and 6, the apostles were saying, hey, is you about to restore the kingdom? They had their mind on the kingdom. When I see my check, I don't care if it's 900, 800, 1,000, 600. I know where this is about to go, but this is not living. This is not freaking living. Okay? You got a week vacation. By the time you go on vacation, you coming right back. I'm seeing people come from retirement and come back to work. So I know that I'm going to be working until the MOTB come. I hate this place. I want the kingdom. I want Yahweh Shai to establish his kingdom. What mind are you in if you're saying, please one more day, please one more week? No, Lord, let me get right now, so you can come next week, so you could come yesterday, so you could come Monday. Please let me get right. So really ask yourself, do you have all the cares of the world? Because those that are of the elect is a reflection of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai was hated, you're going to be disliked. The real believers are not loved. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 34. Let your women keep in silence in the churches, which this is a church, assembly of Israelites. For it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. Hey, even for you sisters, like say if you building with a brother and you saying something spiritual and he bringing out precepts, hey, this is church now, because the word coming out, knowledge coming out. You supposed to be fast to be shush. Wives, when a woman is a wife, she should be performing that like perfectly. Say if something happened, and say if the Lord allows that man to have understanding or to be able to judge a certain situation, and he reference a verse, the only thing that woman can say is like, hey, what is that going into? You reference the verse, but what is it going into? And then he breaks it down. You should be evaluating like, damn, Instead of arguing. In the ancient world, women through the spirit, righteous women respected the men of the Lord. Whatever the Lord wrote that was wrong that a woman did, it was spoken about. Right? The descendants of our forefathers that's now, they're worse than our forefathers. Well, women, as soon as they don't get it their way or an argument come, they start getting aggressive like a man. Let a man smack you upside your head, you're going to call the cops. A woman shouldn't be aggressive. She should be delicate. This is why you're going to be a turnoff. No man want to touch you when you disobedient, when you being, women be argumentative. Men are logical. Sometimes you get a plain answer. You just get a look. You get a word, right? A man is aggressive. A man straight on point. So at the end of the day, when anybody that's watching a live that's a woman, if you say you're a believer of the Lord, don't neglect these type of scriptures, because what Paul is speaking, he's speaking about the women of Corinth. And he was speaking to men and he's speaking to women. Brothers, let your wife keep silent in the church. You got sent men that allowed a woman to speak up loud in the churches. Go to TikTok. You got that one girl, Yada, and other women that make up a live and start to go back and forth. Oh, let's debate. Jesus is God. Like, what? So, oh, I don't have a husband, so I can't. There's no scripture on that. Women literally should be quiet when the scripture's coming out, because the less you talking, the more you can observe. I just had to expound on that. Ecclesiastes 12:4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Come on, man. And that's proud women. They're going to be humble and brought low. And guess what? If you're not getting humble at this time and that time later on, you're going to be destroyed. Because the Lord is not dealing with the nigga mindset of a woman, a prouder, independent woman. True women need a man. Like that young girl I said. She said, I want a man that leads me. Wherever he want to go, I'll follow. Right? That's a real woman. And she's 19. That's pressure right there. Now, if she was a virgin, she'd be even better. Right? But at the end of the day, that mindset, a lot of women don't got that. A lot of women, like when you come in this truth, men, you got humble, and you women got humble. Now you know, oh damn, I was leading wrong, or I was doing this, I was doing that. You getting humble. Now you gotta walk in that humble and be low. Okay? Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And this is a daily thing, right? It's not just only because of food stamp. It's men and women in different cities, right? Even different countries that's complaining. You go to a place that's higher living. Now you getting a job that pay you higher than people that's got low living. But guess what? You still ain't making ends meet. Yo, if your job paying you $1,200, your rent is $1,400. Make it make sense. You know, we're mourning, man. That's why when people say good morning, guess what? You actually is right. I'm mourning. Ecclesiastes 7, verse 1-4. We're in the house of mourning. This is not a house of feasting. We're in a house of mourning, not a house of laughter and fun. You can laugh, but we're talking about where people just think of the world as a comedy, entertainment, enjoyment. Let's travel. You said, if anybody traveling every day, all day, going to different cities, I'm going here, I'm doing this, I'm going to different concerts. You living it up. When do you got time to really sit like, damn, we fucked up? Like, man, this is not living. Like, man, Esau wicked. Like, I know I could have pursued different ways of living. But now, where I'm at right now, I'm able to work, get my money, and sit my butt home, maybe chill with my brothers, right? And then do it all over again. It allows me to keep my mind single on Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai. It allows me not to want to survive under the shadow of Esau when all hell break loose. Right? Because guess what? When the righteous are in authority, the earth is going to rejoice. That's how I know when Yahushai, when this earth get under new management, oh my, man. Oh my goodness. I know it's going to be amazing, man. The brother Endure All Sirach Ecclesiasticus 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. That's the attribute of the true men of the Lord. You know, they're occupied in prophecies. They're meditating. This is their daily focus. Oh man, how can I uplift the elect? How can I feed the elect? What lesson I'm gonna go into? What lesson I'm gonna watch? You know, I'm not even talking about the side times you might spend with your family, your children, but the men of the Lord, their main focus throughout 12 hours out of the day, 7 days out of the week, 30 days in a month, 350 days in a so-called year, their mind majority is on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. 1 Timothy 2:12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. And through the Spirit, if a woman is teaching and men are around and she know, through the Spirit, that's a form of authority. Breaking down the scriptures, you're supposed to be shamefaced automatically. And a lot of y'all women don't fully understand history and know, the role that you played, and there's nothing wrong because a woman is a female servant. That's what women mean. You a servant under a man. You were only created for a man. All y'all women was. And a man was a servant under Yahushai. Yahushai is a servant under Yahweh. Plain and simple. Sirach Ecclesiasticus 26:16. As the sun, when it riseth in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house. What the ordering is her? What's the ordering of her house? The man, woman. Yahweh, Yahushai, man, woman, and child. That's the beauty. You're symbolic to the shine of the sun when it riseth in the high heavens. That's how your beauty is, the beauty of a good wife is, in the ordering of her house. Play your role. You are supposed to be the shadow of your husband, not side by side, right? We side by side when we hold hands, but when you really look at order, it's like when you see a short person, then you see this person, and then is this person, and then is this person, is that person. That's the order. Not side by side. The order is a woman through the Spirit is a shadow of a man. Okay? Matthew 18:20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. Right now, Yahweh Shema Shai is here with all of us. Because the brothers' precepts that I am reading, they all are in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. And even some of you other brothers and sisters that could be watching that's not saying nothing, and some of y'all that's going to be watching this live later, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is dwelling with us. He's really here. Like wherever you at, he's probably around you. Wherever I'm at, he's probably around. Because we're coming in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Micah 7:10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh Shemashai thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Come on, man. Right? Then she that is my enemy shall see it. Now through the Spirit, when we look at this whore that we living in, she is the enemy of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This place need to be trodden down. I'm telling you, I desire this place to fall. I desire it. I want it. I want it so bad. I really do. I'm tired of you niggas. Like, I'm tired of y'all not playing around with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Y'all misusing the prophets. Y'all just think this side that Esau made is about you making the money, being a celebrity. Let me be a bad bitch. Let me be thick. You remember back in the day where women wasn't flaunting their ass? That was just a word, but brothers used to say, man, I love the booty. Now women is going the distance just to show that butt. Look, brothers, look what we did. Right? You got men investing in strippers, the actresses, what is it? What is it? Just better yet, prostitutes, right? You blew up their head, man. The brother put St. John 10:27, my sheep hear my voice, and I know, yep, OnlyFans, and I know them, and they follow me, right? The voice is the doctrine. The voice is the prophets. That's the mouthpiece for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that OnlyFans, that took this whole thing by storm, where it's a 17-year-old girl that got an OnlyFans, just flaunting her stuff on TikTok, and her parents is just cool with this because it's an easy way to make money. And guess what? She'll post, I'm a virgin. This society is growing our people to being lazy, men and women. That's why I don't want my children to grow a certain age. But if they did, I will want my children to work in my mind. Physically, I really wouldn't, because that MOTB, you know, most children don't got the mind of us that have experience, where people can use wordplay and slip them that MOTB. You know, I'm telling you, a lot of y'all are not ready for what's about to come. The brother put Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Well, it was a sister on two women that was living in a condo, and they rent was like $1,200. The joint shot up to like $4,200. They're like, oh man, this is like right when Trump got in office. A lot of y'all women that are easy, I'm talking about you independent, or I'm riding in a Benz, a BMW, this and that. Yo, a lot of y'all women are going to be humbled down. Pop the balloon. The brother 6'1", 6 foot. This girl 5'7". Oh, you too short. Are you kidding me? Then you got a woman like, oh, I don't really go off of looks, but I want love. Then pop everybody balloon. Then I don't really like beards, but she attracted to this one dude that got a beard. Make it make sense. Then, oh yeah, you got 2 children that's damn near teenagers. She got a 2 or a 3, you know, she got a 1-year-old. Oh, you got too many children. You got a 1-year-old. My children can do what they want. I don't have to baby them. You do. Are you kidding me? This place has to go. Amos 6:1, which is a beautiful precept in the NLT. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion, which really, when we look at it, it's the people before the place, and trust in the mountain of Samaria, which which our named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came. Right? Because a lot of people is coming off the luxury. Right? A lot of women is cleaving to luxury. Even men. Some of you brothers, most women is around you because of luxury, because you got money. You willing to drop the bag. If her taco is good, and she lets you get a little, maybe give you a little eggnog, guess what? Hey, can you drop 2,000? If you got millions of dollars, that is nothing to you. It's men doing that like it ain't nothing. Sex is being sold by a normal girl that say she classy. I'm a real woman, but she's selling her Kakakukamanga. Are you kidding me? India Love, she was doing OnlyFans, and her family, people were sending videos to her family, her cousins, and she said I had to stop because I was getting the threats, my family, and then it was just getting embarrassing. You stupid. Why you do it anyways? You know, you got porn stars now coming out saying, my family disowned me because I did this, and then you hear them say, man, I'm trying to break the record. I'm trying to have 200 million videos, but you're not looking at the consequences. This is why we need Yahweh Shai to set things in order, right? Yeah, instead of y'all women worried about getting your candle blown out, you need babies. This is another reason why it was made for y'all to have babies, so you can sit your ass down, right? We need the Lord to come, man. I want all of y'all to lose your jobs. Right? We about to close. Isaiah 24:10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Babylon is going to feel the squeeze in these last days. That is a full fact. So while we close, Osalaki, when you look at this last point in 2nd Ezra 7:42, just the one sentence, he shall rejoice forever with those that are saved. This is why they stay locked in the kingdom, immortality, peace, rest, rulership, Yahweh Shai in the Father's presence. Revelations 3 and 11, hold fast to which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Stay locked in, protecting your crown, right? Protecting your crown, right? If you want to get translated, you want to get salvation, you're trying to protect that at all costs, right? Because it's your life is on the line, right? So practical ways of the elect stay locked in: daily prayer, daily reading, fasting when needed, staying around brothers in the spirit, staying doctrinally sounded, avoiding spiritual distractions, examining yourself, keeping your purpose in front of your eyes, fearing Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and desiring the return of Yahweh Shai. And the elect don't just talk the truth, they live the truth. Those are 9 beautiful points that you can use for yourself in this thing, man. Right? Examine yourself, keeping your purpose in front of your eyes, fearing Yahweh and desiring the return of Yahweh Shai. Are you ready to meet Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai? The last precept, the brother said, Hebrews 11:25, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High, which is the elect, than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. This is the season that they were going to rule. This is that moment. Matthew 28 and 20. Yahweh Shai said, I will be with you until the end, always with you till the end of the world. When you go into NLT, it says the end of an age. When you go into, the Strong's definition, it says the end of an age. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, Esau is the end of the world. He's the end of this age. Even Ezra was asking, when is the end of the age? The end of the age is when Esau fall. Okay, this is a small season that Esau ruled. 250 years in July 4th of 2026 is going to mark how long America been an empire. This little horn. It's about to get real. 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, however much it leads to, it's about to get real. And this is the pride of America, where they're about to boast about their anniversary. And Donald Trump said he's trying to do it all year 2026. So I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Saying it again, I want to give all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem HaKadosh. And again, this lesson is stay locked in. The message to the elect men and women. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, teach well through the Spirit. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered 4 corners of the earth in sound doctrine in the same spirit. Lord willing, y'all continue to be diligent and sincere. Shalom to the Akwaf, the sisters of his faith and his truth. Lord willing, you continue to pursue your lot. And Lord willing, Yahweh Shem Shai has mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in faith. With that, Abba Baba, shalom, shalom.